Holy.
So I had an idea a few days ago, because I like when songs use negative space to create interesting contrast. Like when everything cuts out to emphasize a single element in the mix, it really pops and stands out as a defining part of the song. So that got me wondering, what if I could make an entire song that sounded like that? Basically, a song where only one thing ever plays at a time. That's what I'm going to be attempting to make in this video. So I came up with some rules for myself to follow when I'm making this song. Number 1, no playing multiple MIDI notes at the same time, even for the same instrument or synth. So basically no chords unless I figure out a workaround. Number 2, same problem with the drums. No drums playing at the same time, with the exception of layered drum samples that are meant to act as one drum. So like if I layered 2 samples as one snare, that would be okay. Number 3, with other samples just like the drums, only one can play at a time unless they are layered to act as a single element in the song. Number 4, reverb trails and releases will count as overlapping elements, so I pretty much won't be able to use reverb unless I want it to be the single element that is playing. Number 5, the goal is for me to make it so that the entire song can be put on one track without anything overlapping. The exception here will just be for automation. However, I'm not going to count that as breaking the rules, because automation isn't actually producing any sound, it's just shaping the one sound that's already playing. So once I finish the song, I'll show it off to a few other musicians without telling them the rules to see if they can figure out how I made it. Also, I might have a little surprise waiting at the end of the video. But anyway, let's get started. So let me just start out with a serum and then see what I can do with that. For anyone who's new to production or just doesn't know what serum is, it's a pretty powerful synth that just lets me make a lot of different sounds. Yippee! 4 notes, 4 notes. The problem is I have to get a kick that doesn't last very long, so it's not bleeding over into the like little bass synth I just made. Now, maybe for the sake of writing the song, I'll have everything in long patterns, but then when I actually layer it down to just one track, I'll split everything out into like individual notes so that they can fit. Just to make sure I didn't accidentally break my own rules, I sidechained in each of the synths into this graph to make sure that the sound actually wasn't overlapping. No, I can't have this. Okay, something's happening. Looking good on the overlap. I want to make epic super saw. Well, that's one way to get around not having chords. I think this is like the ARP song is what it's gonna end up being, because that's my workaround. Beautiful. I won't need to do any sidechaining because it's all built in. I feel like it's going to be a lot easier in this song to have a slower backbeat, because otherwise the drums are just going to be taking over everything. Ooh, okay. I'm excited it's going somewhere. I thought this was going to be like impossible, maybe. No, there's 2 things playing at the same time. That's not allowed. Now I have to think about what to name it. Oh no. ARP Hell is what it's going to be named. You know what I just realized? Using this ARP function is breaking my own rule of saying that I can't have MIDI notes at the same time. So I'm just gonna have to manually program all the ARPs. Oh, that sounds cool, but I can't have it. No. Yeah, I think it'll be cooler if I just have some of the snares just be like a little blip. I've successfully made 2 measures. I'm tentatively optimistic. Oh wait, I'm totally missing out on some space here. Oh, that actually sounds cool. I'm just gonna link that. Ooh, wait, I didn't even think about that. Ooh. I feel like this intro's kind of too long and sounds bad. Ah, they're not touching. Oh, what was... Wait, that was sick. I didn't mean for that to happen, but that sounded really cool. Or it just like glitched out, but now I want to make that reality. That's fun. It's time to make some questionable stuff. No, you know what I want, actually? Is just some sick sine wave action. Alright, I think here's where things get questionable. If I have multiple oscillators and I shift the semitones. Does that count as cheating? Think they need to go down a little bit. Okay, I think I'm gonna allow this. Yeah. Ooh. Weep, weep, weep. Oh yeah, that's sick. Ugh. Ooh, I have an idea. Wait, I have an idea. I have an idea. I need some vocals. I have an idea. This is very not allowed. Well, I wouldn't call it a success. I don't like it. Yeah, it sounds dumb. That was a waste of my time. Okay, I think this is the part where I attempt to use Serum to circumvent my inability to make chords. So I'm gonna need to make 4 Serum patches that each do a different chord. 1 note chord. So it fits in the rules. Sometimes you just gotta try something out and then realize it actually sounds terrible. Awesome. Maybe not. Oh, I can't layer them, which means I need to find a snare that has that kind of sounds like a kick. This time I ran into my rule about layering drums, so I decided to take a snare and then boost the low end to make it sound like a kick is also playing. Now it's also a kick. Maybe too much chord action, I don't know. Oh, I'm cheating. I'm cheating. Oh my gosh. It sounded so cool too. Oh man. I thought I was onto something, but I'm not. I really thought it was gonna go my way. Oh, that would be kind of fun to weave in a little like melody line here. Ooh, it works too! One thing about making a song like this is that it's really hard to make a melody without crowding out all of the other elements that also need to be playing in the song to make it sound somewhat cohesive. This is hard. I think it's time for a bowl of cereal. I need to do the sidechain thing to make sure these are not interfering actually. Hold on. No! Okay, no effects on. No, wait, that fixed it. Okay, well then, which one of the effects is the problem? Basically, even though the actual notes weren't overlapping, some of the effects on the synth were causing extra noise after the note was done playing. So my solution was to add a filter that completely removed all of the output sound as soon as the note stopped playing, and that seemed to fix it. Okay, cool. Now I have to do the same thing to these. Yes! Okay, look. No interference whatsoever, which means that they're not overlapping at all. All right, back to actually making the song. I'm going insane doing this. This intro sounds really boring now compared to all the other stuff I'm doing. Always stay hydrated. No, wait, I'm cheating. I'm cheating. How did this happen? There, okay, well that was where it was meant to be anyway, so that's fine. Alright, time to make my next Serum plugin. Patch. This takes a long time to make. As I added more things into the song, it seemed to get harder and harder to notice any overlaps. Oh no! Sound design is all about how cool your mouth noises are. This sounds so dumb without any of the other stuff in here. But then once I add in all the stuff, it actually sounds kind of cool. No, this part is fire, dude. What? This is sick. Holy zoinkers. This is not easy to make. Like, this on its own just sounds like actual chaos. Ew. That's not quite the right spot. It just sounds really funny now. Ooh. That sounds so cool. What? How do I delete the initial value for this? Stop! At this point, I was making some pretty good progress with the song, and honestly, it was sounding a lot better than I'd expected. I think one thing that I've noticed while doing this project is that two sounds don't have to happen at the same time for your brain to perceive them as if they are. There's so many elements and they're overlapping. Tricky. It's getting harder for me to tell if anything's overlapping because there's lots going on now. By lots, I mean like 4 tracks, but you know. I started to make a bunch of mistakes and accidentally cheated a lot of times. So here's a little montage of me breaking all my own rules. Ooh. So these are no longer overlapping at all, right? Oh, wait, I'm cheating. What am I doing? Sounds like it's cheating. But it's very carefully crafted. Why is this so loud? Oh, no! Because I have a kick layered with it. Yeah, once again, I'm cheating here. Wait, what's going on here? Oh, yeah, I'm just straight up cheating. Oh! This is cheating. It's a pitch bend. But I have to fix it now. I have to change how I do it. Did I? Oh. I accidentally placed a random note up here. Yeah, I don't even know what's going on here. Yeah, it's really hard to make an epic, like, anything when I only have one thing at a time. It's really hard to do transitions, too. I really started to like the way this sounds. I just need to figure out this beginning stuff and then work out a few little tweaks, and then I'm pretty much there, and I can start layering it into one track. Awesome. Look at that's so pretty. Ooh, that's kind of nasty. I think it's time to add some panning to make things sound kind of cool. Yeah, so now I can just take all this automation and just bring it away, and I'll deal with it later. Now that the actual song is done, I just have to split each of the patterns into their individual notes and then layer everything into a single track, which is gonna look kinda ridiculous, but that's what we're here for, so yeah. Oh my gosh, it's so cool. That just looks so unnatural. Look at that. I have discovered a problem here, but I need to fix this immediately. Easy. So I realized that understanding what's happening is going to be really hard once everything's on a single track, so I decided to color code each instrument to make things a little bit easier to see. Okay, now that I've got this stuff colored, it's a little easier to tell what's happening when it's playing, so I guess it's time to actually play it back. Hello! At this point, I packed up and brought the project to show off to some other producers to see how they would react to the song. Okay, keep in mind, they have absolutely no idea about the rules I made for the song, or that it's only on one track. Here's what it sounds like.
ARP hell.
No. I still need to come up with a name for it, but...
Whoa. I like all the cuts in like
yeah.
Like there's little breaks.
Whoa. Yeah. That's crazy. Dang.
Oh yeah. Got all these little ear candies. Whoa.
No. That's wild. That's...
The overtones.
That was crazy. Yeah.
Sick.
That was cool.
Yes, sir.
I like those little like gaps, like almost like sidechain where just the drum hits and everything's gone and then
Yeah.
it comes
Yeah.
back in. and
Yeah.
it's
It was like
that's crazy.
one thing that was crazy to me with this that I don't feel like I've seen in a lot of other songs, but it's like somehow like very minimalistic and yet also very like pleasantly overwhelming at the same time.
Right.
It's
Uh-huh.
a really interesting dichotomy.
It's like there's
Yeah.
not a lot of instruments necessarily going on, but it's like they're all used in a very
yeah,
dynamic
and
way.
even like so
Yeah,
many like
exactly.
basic shapes and stuff. Like the one part with like just the like the sign.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was crazy, and it still hit though.
Some sick sine wave action.
yeah, the drums were like totally shifting the groove, you know? Like
No.
I'm either like or just like
Yeah.
yeah.
Alright, let me pull up the project file and show
Uh-huh.
you guys what this looks like.
Okay.
Bro, you're gonna like
I
pull out
posted
like one instrument. Like this is the whole song.
Yeah. By the way, it's all one sign actually. Holy!
Oh
No
So
way.
That's crazy work.
the entire song
No way, bro.
is so the whole song is on one track.
This
That's
freaks me out,
unbelievable.
bro.
Basically, no two things play at the same time the entire song. So
What?
there's only one thing playing.
Actually?
Yeah. So you can see every note that's playing.
So that's not even sidechain, it's just gone.
Yeah,
That's
and that's why I
crazy.
was like, oh, I don't even have to sidechain for this song.
I won't need to do any side chaining because it's all built in.
Yeah, it was really interesting to make. But yeah, so
I've
like-
never seen this before.
My logic could never.
yeah, don't ignore. There's like a bunch of automation.
right.
But
that doesn't count.
That doesn't count. You know?
This is the FL learning curve final.
You want to see this? Look at this. Look at this.
No.
No way.
Jeez,
How
bro.
long did this take?
Honestly, not as long as I thought, but it was a learning curve to not accidentally layer stuff.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
there's a
that's
few
insane.
like if you see here, there's like this drum. I like wove little notes in between it,
Let's go.
so it's like you can like hear the drum, but the notes also. Anyway, so yeah,
crazy.
that's what I've been up to.
Bro, no way.
Dude, well, it's like we've been talking about getting like this choppiness in music,
Yeah.
and this is like the ultimate form of that.
This is the
It's just
ultimate
like-
choppy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, basically the way I was thinking of it was I was like, I really like ear candy when like stuff cuts out. So what if I just made a whole song that's just only that?
This is like if you're doing a painting and you go like one paintbrush at a time, each with a different color, and you just like
Yeah, exactly.
It sounded like you guys picked up on the like. It sounded like it was like super hard sidechain or whatever. But like,
Yeah.
did you guys notice any of this before?
no, I mean, like it's like subconsciously I could pick up on like, oh, this is playing, then this is playing, but like
Yeah.
it's not like I thought that was the whole song.
No, exactly.
That's
Like,
crazy.
I had no clue until you said it.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Working on this project was a lot of fun, and it definitely made me think outside the box and try lots of new stuff. But the problem with rules like this is that they're very limiting by definition. However, what's cool is that I can make something like this with a rule in place, and then completely break the rule to create something even better. And that's exactly what I did. I made another version of the song, but with a bunch of things added to make it really come together. As of now, both the original version as well as the epic version are up on Spotify and all the other streaming services. So if you're curious what this song sounds like when I actually can layer elements together, then go ahead and give it a listen. Also, if you like the song, you might as well follow me on Spotify. Just saying. Anyway, now I'll do the YouTube thing and say, if you like this video, go ahead and subscribe. Leave a comment from your favorite thing, because I'm planning on making a lot more like it.